Hello, this is a brief description of some of the terminology that we've been using in ticket chip 1. Okay, so this is nothing new, no new information. I just want to make a little video to use some of the terminology to make sure that we have common understanding of the words that we're using. So I'd like to start off with a few other websites. This is Octopart, and I'm going to search for a Texas Instruments part manufactured by Texas Instruments. And here you can see that Octopart displays several authorized distributors or vendors. These usually come from an API query of that distributor's own inventory, directly from their inventory. Okay? And looking at the details, here you can see Arrow Electronics. This is a query of their inventory through an API that we have. This is what we have. Only since we're just starting, we only have Arrow. We don't have the rest of them. So if we come to Chipmunk, look at the same part, we can see, let me get the same, AID BVT. AID BVT. Okay, here we go. So you can see we have Arrow Electronics, and this is the only API that we have, right? Octopart has several, and we need to get more. These are non-authorized or independent stocking distributors, and these usually don't come from an API. They can, but usually they come from an internal database. So these have to be manually collected and uploaded into a database, such as our Chipmunk database. Right now, when we do a search, we don't have any because I truncated that data. It was all obsolete, and so we're only showing Arrow right now. Otherwise, we would show search results from our Chipmunk database in a similar way that is shown here from Octopart. Now, if I search on that same part again, just to get back to the previous image, here you can see that an additional search takes place. And that's because this is a Texas Instruments part. They go and retrieve this image, some description, and then some other information, a data sheet, etc. over here. This is the only part that we are talking about for chip 1, and this was produced in a mock-up, in a wireframe mock-up in one of our tickets by Miroslava. So let me just look at that real quick. There it is. And this is the kind of thing we're talking about. So the difference is, on our side, we will have the data in a little different format. So this data now is, I can see it. This data is in the form of a table from Texas Instruments. This is a sample table, and we've concluded there's about 300 items, and these 300 items need to be placed in a new table in Chipmunk database. Our Chipmunk database, if I can find that really quick, I go to our, we still have the old name here. This is the Chipmunk staging database. These are the tables. So there would need to be a new table added, a new table created with 300 lines from this table from Texas Instruments. This is a sample table from Texas Instruments. So it's manually added. And then going back to our example, here's another company called Source ESP. I'm going to search on the same part just to see what they're doing. Okay, here you go. You can see their layout, and here they have their authorized distributors coming through an API. There are independent distributors coming from some internal database that they have. So this is already working. Then separately, they do some search for this information. Notice they aren't using an image. That's their decision. But they are providing a description, descriptive information, datasheet link, some things we would like to, we will eventually include these other things, and then we have another view of it, which we can see. The best place to see this is if I can go back. Here. And this is the configuration that we've agreed to here for our initial layout. So at the same time that we do a search, going back to Chipmunk, we do a search. We already have the API. We already have the database, Chipmunk database search. However, there's nothing in it right now. What we need is to manually add a new table for the Texas Instruments, search that table, if the part number matches, display the image, and then have our layout here with little drop downs and descriptions as shown in Miroslava's wireframe here. Okay, so this is the idea. I just wanted to describe it using all the words to make sure that it was clear what these words meant I was referring to, because, for example, the search of the API and our internal database that's currently working, what we need to do is to create a branch in Bitbucket, our repository, and begin to make some code that will go and search the table that has the Texas Instruments data, and then display the image, the description, and the boxes as shown in this layout. Okay, so When that branch is created and those commits are made, then I will be able to test it. And when you get done testing it, when you guys are done testing it, I'll be able to test it myself. Then I will merge it, and that will be the end of this task when I complete the merge. Okay? Let's see. I think that's it. I just wanted to go through this again, use the words to make sure that the meaning of each one of the words is very clearly understood, and that there's no additional scope or task being added to chip 1. Only this Texas Instruments table, only a table of this. Then for coding on a new branch, only searching in parallel, searching this table, and if there's a match, then display the image, the description, and the other boxes as described here by Miroslava. Okay, so that's this entire ticket, and then we will describe this. We will demonstrate this on our website for Texas Instruments. Once it's been merged into our code, we will show this to Texas Instruments, and if they agree, maybe they'll have some suggestions, some changes. If they agree, then what we'll do is make a new ticket for the full database, because actually this is just very, very small. This is very small. TI has huge databases that we will need to maintain, upload, as well as search and display. So that will be the next major ticket that we take on. Okay, thank you very much. I hope this clarifies some of the words that we've been using in our tickets.